Again, there was some technical issue, so I had to discontinue that video there itself. I am continuing here. Okay, so variation theorem states that the expectation value E bar of energy calculated using a trial function is always greater than the true value of energy, or you can also call it as ground state energy, or it is the eigen value of energy E naught. So mathematically speaking, E bar is always greater than or equal to E naught. Now this statement of variation theorem serves as a very important tool for this method called as variation method. Now the question is, I am using a trial function and you have several choice of trial function. You can use any function as a trial function which satisfies some initial criteria, that is it should be well behaved, it should be satisfying the boundary condition, and it should be normalizable. I mean, you can find out several trial function which satisfies this condition. Say for example, I can give 10 different trial functions satisfying the initial condition for a system. Then out of the 10 trial function, which function should be the best function, which I should select as the best out of the 10 trial function? The answer to this question is offered by variation theorem. Variation theorem tells us that no matter which trial function you use or which function you choose as a trial function, the average energy calculated using a trial function will always be greater than E naught. You cannot have the average energy lesser than E naught, okay, for a trial function. What does this exactly mean? I will give just one example. Okay, say for example, I have a system for which I cannot solve the Schrodinger wave equation. I will use different trial functions. Okay, I will use, say for example, 10 trial functions: phi 1, phi 2, phi 3, so on, phi 10. Okay, and for each trial function I calculate the average energy using the fourth postulate: E1 bar, E2 bar, E3 bar, and E10 bar. Okay, experimentally I find out the true energy of the system, that is E naught, or I may not know this value also. E naught value may not be known to me. Okay, so in spite of this, even though I do not know what is E naught, I can select the best trial function suitable to my system. Why? Because this variation theorem simply tells me that the average energy calculated using all the trial function will be always greater than or equal to E naught. So this E1 bar, E2 bar, E3 bar, so on, E10 bar is always greater than E naught. So out of the 10 functions, which is the best trial function? The trial function which gives E bar very close to the true energy E naught, oh sorry, which gives the lowest value of E bar is the best trial function. Why? Because all these values are greater than E naught. So the one which is the lowest value is much close to E naught. So out of the 10 trial function, which is the best trial function? The one which gives the lowest energy. It may not be the correct trial function, but out of the 10 function, it is a suitable trial function. So tomorrow what may happen is, I may give you another trial function, a 11th trial function, which may give average energy lesser than today's best trial function. So in that case, this psi 11, that is the 11th trial function, will be considered as the best trial function. So this is purely a trial and error method. So what do we do in this variation method? is we follow two types of method. One method I already explained you. We select different trial functions and calculate average energy using each trial function. Okay, and we compare the average energy. The one which is giving the lowest energy would be selected as the best trial function. Suppose if I know the E naught value, experimental E naught value, then how to select the best trial function? The function whose average energy is much close to this E naught value is selected as the best trial function. But this is a laborious method, time consuming method, because I don't know whether I have to use 10 trial functions or whether I have to use 100 trial functions or whether I have to use 1000 trial functions, because I don't know by using which correct trial function I will get much and much closer to E naught value. So what the alternative method that we use in the variation method is we select a trial function such as phi, or I may use the symbol psi itself. Okay, we use a trial function which actually depends on a parameter, say for example beta. Okay, so the trial function that I'm using, it may be phi or psi. It depends on a parameter beta. So if this function depends on parameter beta, we will see later that the average energy calculated using this trial function E bar is also dependent on beta. Okay, I repeat, the trial function depends on this parameter beta, then the average energy calculated using the trial function also depends on the parameter beta. So what we do next is try to select that value of beta which gives the lowest value of E bar, or a value that is very close to E naught. In this way we can find out what is the trial function and what is the energy of that trial function. What we do, we have to minimize the value of E bar by selecting the a particular value of beta which gives the lowest value of E bar. So the three examples that I am going to discuss here, which is as per your syllabus, I will be using this second approach. Okay, I will not follow the first approach because it is a laborious method. I will be using this second approach in two of the examples. Okay, where the trial function is containing a parameter beta. So I'll stop today's class. In the next class, we will discuss about the application of variation method. We will apply variation method to hydrogen atom, particle in a one-dimensional box, and simple harmonic oscillator. Thank you, students.